Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Northwest Premier Hockey Podcast. Cascadia Hockey, brought to you by Buried Puck Threads. My name is Corey Gaston. I'm your host with the least. Sitting across from me, our founder, leader, spirit guide, shaman, misanthrope, one Mr. Aaron Piper.
I can hear people hitting paws already.
Across from me in the goal crease, or perhaps
He
on
just
top
got
of a
frozen. The
zombie.
goalie's frozen.
or found streaming live on Twitch to heavy metal fans everywhere. Well, Mr. Kyle Hoots.
Is this on?
Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
High energy this morning. That's where we're at. Crickets. What are you okay?
Hi.
You need some Mike Viagra over there?
What?
Help that fucker stand up a little bit.
Whoa. That's
Now
impressive.
you were thinking about me again, weren't you?
Somebody was.
Somebody was.
We see what we had to
God.
do with mine. You can't even go up now because it would always just go up. So now it just goes down. Yeah. Anyway.
Droopy sad Mike.
Is this the only mic that's... No, yours is too.
No, I like mine this way.
Yeah. This is how I like my mic.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I
mean, it's Katie's, but...
I've played around with it a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But so here we are.
Here we are.
You wanted to talk about the train going off the rails.
Oh, already.
As the train heads
Thanks
through
for stopping by, folks.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
as the train rolls through the Cascade Mountains, we're here to talk about hockey.
And it ain't the high-speed rail either.
Oh God, that'll never get built.
Oh, God. That'd be nice if it did because I would hop on the train constantly to go over to the west side. But,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
get it done so we can go watch hockey.
For real, for real. So here we are. NHL playoffs are beginning now. Season just kind of abruptly ended, man. And Columbus
Dude, it
Blue
did.
Jackets make it in as the last team. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
I thought Montreal would pull
I
it
thought
out.
Montreal was going to squeeze in and...
Columbus did it. I think it's going to be a one and done for Columbus again, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Tampa's... I don't know. So, like, Tampa, statistically... They failed to perform in the playoffs. Now they've done well, like reaching the finals. Like I think against the Penguins one year. Was it the Penguins?
I think the Penguins played
And
the
of course
Sharks.
they've had the Stanley Cup win in 2004, but
Right. Fuck, I don't want. I hate that one because they had to go through Philly to get to that one.
which I think was awesome. You know, it was a team in Florida that you
Yeah.
know, like everybody trying to pull that non-traditional hockey market bullshit.
The fact that they won was great.
If anybody says that around me, I instantly want to punch him in the throat.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
That's not a traditional hockey market.
Who cares?
I'm gonna kick you in the shins.
Why can't
3
you,
times.
Why can't you share your sport, man?
Yeah. Like
It's only
Just
That's
'cause
the old
just
white man traditionalist.
just because it doesn't snow there doesn't mean hockey doesn't belong.
yeah.
Like-
I agree.
Just shut up, stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I don't know, like they've always had like a really strong showing in the season, and then once the playoffs show up, like you expect like greatness, and the things just seem to fall apart for Tampa.
Didn't they? Did I hear this right? They matched the Red Wings record for most regular season wins. The one that the Red Wings had, like that
probably.
60-win season.
Yeah, because I think they had like 62.
Yeah, I think they matched. I don't
wins.
think they broke it, but they matched it. Which I mean, that's
Insane.
incredible to me.
Insane.
Because
Yeah.
anytime I think of Scotty Bowman, the first thing I think about is a 60-plus win season in Detroit. You
Yeah.
know, and now John
Yeah.
Cooper's there with Tampa
Yeah.
Bay. You know,
Yeah.
also Yzerman involved with both those teams, so maybe it had nothing to do with Bowman. It was
The one thing that
Stevie Y, the captain.
yeah.
the one line that Kid Rock gave the world that didn't suck is "I'm in it to win it like Yzerman."
You're right. That's the only one that didn't suck.
Yeah, I know.
Even then, like I felt dirty just listening to it.
Yeah, I felt bad saying it.
Yeah, I feel like I should be wearing a trucker hat right now
Yeah.
and drinking Keystone or Milwaukee's Best or something.
While shooting a
Bottle of
gun at
Jack.
fish from a boat.
Yeah, on your manufactured home
Listen-
on the top of 70 acres of land.
Listening to that weird, twisted, perverted version of Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh,
Whatever that song is that he did.
the summer song,
Yeah.
or something.
You know what? He started off in the hole with that song with me because I hate Werewolves of London by
Oh yeah,
by
the one that
Warren Zevon.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
the dun 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 dun.
Yep.
Fucking hate that song.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, you're in a
double
deficit,
whammy.
dude.
Oh wait, triple whammy.
Well, you know, the thing was last night, I was working the rink, and
you were working it, weren't you?
I was working it. I was on the Zamboni.
With the
All I heard in my head was "Careless Whisper" as I
It's better than Goodbye
glided
Horses.
across the ice,
Yeah.
just caressing it with my towel
Yeah.
and hot water. I can let it get weirder. It's fine.
That's fine. We'll
I
get
gotta
it.
start. I gotta
but-
start
but I was-
watching your streams, man.
I know.
We'll
right?
circle
You're like
back
my
to
favorite
that.
cam girl.
Just make sure you're 18 and older. My premium Snapchat is available.
Fucking pimp that market. I respect the hustle.
Hell yeah,
Get it
man.
done, dude.
Hell yeah.
I was hanging out with the Rebels C team,
Mhm.
and we were talking about concerts and stuff, and I was like, there's a band that usually gets a really bad rap that's really not as bad as everybody makes them out to be, and that's Nickelback.
Yeah.
Really, they're successful. They're very successful.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's just fun to make fun of them.
Yeah.
I love to make fun of them.
Yeah.
But Kid Rock,
Deserves all that ire.
yeah.
Well, but that's
He's
different
successful
too.
too, but he's just hard to look at.
Kid Rock's got that personality. It doesn't matter how you rub it; it just rubs you the wrong way. Nickelback. I mean, I'm with you on that. I'm not a Nickelback fan whatsoever. But I had seen an interview several months ago with Chad Kroger. I forget who he was talking to, but he's all like clean cut now and no little '90s pubic hair goatee anymore or whatever. And they brought up, I don't remember. God, I wish I could remember who the interview was with, but they brought up the fact, what's your take on everybody's hatred of you? And he's like, well, I got a lot of gold and platinum hanging up on the wall, so they can keep hating me all they want.
Yeah.
We don't understand necessarily, but and then I started thinking, I was like, why do I hate Nickelback?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because everybody told me to hate Nickelback.
You know why I hate?
No.
You know why I hate Nickelback?
What's that?
And I'll be perfectly honest.
You want to look at this photograph before you say that?
Oh Jesus, no.
So
There you go.
so
It's in your head.
the radio did not help because
No.
they beat them to death. And
But was
that-
it the radio or was it the record label at that point paying for
whatever?
just
It's both of them. It's the
5
same
rotations per hour?
Same corrupt bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I can't handle it. But I don't particularly like metric crap ton of songs about strippers. Don't get me wrong. I like strippers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who doesn't?
Right, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. But at the end of the day, dude, like I don't like music about strippers.
Yeah.
I don't listen to hip hop that's
Sure.
about hanging out with strippers. I don't like it.
There's
like
a
it's
Bullet for My Valentine songs about a stripper.
sure,
They're
yeah.
just- I mean,
I know what your song you're talking
they're
about.
they're
now.
still music anyway. So,
But I'm just saying with
I mean, what?
like it just became so exactly formulaic, and then every other band on the radio was doing the exact same thing.
Sure.
And I was over that sound.
Yeah.
I'm done with the Creed stolen Stone Temple jam.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that late '90s,
That's good.
early 2000s. Like,
You know who fucking it sucks. Not the band. No, I phrased that completely wrong. You know what sucks is the band that kicked all of that sound off. In my opinion, never made it past. They were a one-hit wonder, and it was the band Seven Mary 3. They had a song called "Cumbersome,"
I know I can remember the band. I do not remember the song.
but they were Nickelback before Nickelback,
okay.
and then and then Creed was Nickelback before Nickelback,
yeah.
right? And they just
Creed was Creed, and then we're
Yeah.
just like, well,
But
fuck.
it's the same. It's
Yeah.
that same radio friendly, that mush mouth
Stop it.
radio friendly rock that you just get over with. But I'm not gonna lie. I own a Nickelback record. I own the one with Photograph on it,
yeah.
and I
That's
own
fine.
it because they did side of the Bullet, the song "Side of a Bullet."
Yeah, yeah.
That's about the dude that shot Dimebag Darrell.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on that record, they actually used unused Dimebag music.
Yeah,
in,
I
in the
forgot
song.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And I was like, I hate myself for doing this, but I need to own that.
Yeah.
And so I bought the
Oh,
album.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Sure.
I can't hate that at all.
No.
But you know what? Talking about like things we hate, because we're just hateful old guys.
oh yeah.
Get off my
You know,
lawn.
you know who I used to hate that I have come to like actually really enjoy watching on social media?
Who's that?
Sean Avery.
Oh,
Have you seen?
Did he
his-
just he posted a new one like a day or so?
like there was
the
he
bike?
Was, he was biking in a
Yes!
bike lane in New York City, And now I saw the clip before I knew who it was. I was
Yeah.
like, who's this schmuck running around yelling at people in the bike lane? Like, this is really cool. I'm like, holy fuck, it's Sean Avery. This is great. He like pulls up. He's biking in New York City, and there's this guy that's parked, and he's just like not even polite. He's like, what the fuck are you doing parking there? And he was like, there's a spot over there, you fucking idiot. Like, he's going off on this guy, and he's arguing with him, and he's like, whatever, fuck you. And then he, like, goes around him and continues his merry way. I mean, it was traffic.
Yeah.
You know, it's New York City. I wouldn't want to drive out in the fucking road.
Right.
But this guy, he's parked in the bike lane, and as much as I really don't like defending, like, trying to avoid all these fucking bikers in busy areas, like, I'm just like, you know, because you can't see them, they show up suddenly, and you're just like,
Right.
Jesus, I'm going to kill these fucking goons.
Right.
That was fucking hilarious, though. I laughed.
And then the one where the
so
two
hard.
guys were standing in the bike lane talking to each other,
Yeah,
and he just rolls up and it's pretty much, hey, can you move? There's a sidewalk right there.
yeah, yeah.
It'd be great. Thank
It's-
you.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Paul Bissonnette
Yeah.
hung out with Sean Avery for a day.
Oh God.
And he was like, yeah, we're going to show you guys that Sean Avery's really not an asshole. And then the next clip is like of Avery like going around, and there's those guys dressed up like, you know, superheroes or whatever. And
Yeah.
you take pictures with them, you tip them.
Yeah.
He's like, here, check this out. Like, we go over, we'll take our picture, and we'll run away before we tip them. They get really fucking pissed off. Like, this is fucking gold. I love it.
Man,
That's funny.
It's
that-
really good.
I think probably with Avery, like he's always embraced the asshole.
Yeah.
He always has, but now it's like he doesn't have to be loyal to anybody. He doesn't have
Yeah.
to be loyal to any team, any city.
He doesn't have to kiss ass anymore.
No.
He doesn't have to like pretend, you know,
Yep.
to be like a role model. Like, he's just himself. And
And now you love to hate him just
Yeah.
for being Sean Avery.
I- see,
Not
I
because
hated
he's a
him because
Ranger,
of-
not because he's,
yeah, I hated him because of the road door shit.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like, I was
As a
like,
goalie.
what the fuck is this goon doing? You know, and
But now that you look
Yeah.
back at it, I just laugh every time I see it now.
yeah. And you know, I'm sure Marty does too. But like,
Sure, but nothing ever rattled Marty Brodeur.
yeah, but that
Yes, it
That did.
And that was what was funny about
yeah.
it. So,
And then they named the rule after Sean Avery, which was amazing. So
oh man,
yeah,
what do we got going here?
we need to post it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. There's so many. So like,
Yeah,
speaking of that, there's so many good memes going around of the draft lottery results, and I love
Oh
it.
yeah, dude.
I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
I don't
the
know.
memes.
I don't know if Ottawa has any more feet to shoot themselves with. Like, they have definitely shit the bed.
Yeah,
Hindsight is 2020, but that's a fucking mess.
we talked about that at the beginning of this past season. But I mean, think about where Ottawa was.
We're looking at a gritty meme.
It's Gritty holding up a sign that says, "Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Carter Hart?"
We'll talk more about Carter here in a minute, but
I was looking for a specific one I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry I keep derailing.
no, you're
everybody.
fine, man. That's what memes do. But think about where Ottawa was a couple seasons ago. I mean, this is one of the other than the Buffalo Sabres this season. It's one of the biggest falls that I've seen, and not just in what they're able to get done on the ice, but the whole thing around that team in general. You know,
Yeah.
like when I saw Kachuk get drafted there last summer, I was just like, "Oh, you poor kid! Oh, you poor kid."
Yeah.
And I was actually quite surprised he went and played there this year. I think he had a decent year, if I remember right. Was it Brady?
I was confused the two.
I think Matt's in Calgary, and Brady's in Ottawa, if I remember right. But yeah, you're right, dude. What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell, Ottawa?
Seriously.
Like, how bad? They basically handed the first round to Colorado, who is who is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ottawa is not.
Yeah.
And if you noticed, Ottawa's not even in that first 15.
Mm-mm.
How good do you feel to be an Ottawa Senator at this point?
How good have you felt to be an Ottawa Senator for the last 2 years, though?
That's true. That's true.
What do you guys think of the lottery system?
I'm not a huge fan, but at the same time, the thing with the draft is you could have first overall, and they could be a bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at somebody was like showing off some stats. I can't even remember where I saw it at this point, but like people were upset that Detroit got 6 for some fucking reason.
Okay.
It's 6 overall.
Yeah.
It's a fucking stellar
We
position.
got Razzie with 9th overall.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
So
know,
6 is pretty
Vegas got Cody Glass with 6th overall.
good. Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah.
The argument was like, oh, we're not going to get anybody with just 6. We deserve something better. It's like, shut up. Look at what like some of the other awesome Red Wings players were, like that went much further back. I mean, like some big names in there. Like Lidstrom, I think was like 56th,
Yeah.
and then
Wasn't what's his name? Zetterberg, wasn't he like a 7th rounder?
yeah, something like that.
I
Like,
mean,
Datsuk
yeah.
went
Yeah.
far back too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these guys, like people don't understand that you don't have to be a first rounder to be a
Right.
great player.
Right.
Like, fuck. I mean, Chris Draper, the Red Wings bought for $1 from Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
$1. They were like, well, we can't give him to you, so we will sell him to you for $1.
Yep.
How good do you feel being sold to another team for $1?
It's crazy.
And look at how he turned out. Chris Draper was great.
Yes, he was.
He won 4 Stanley Cups
Yeah.
with the Red Wings.
Yep.
So pretty good for $1, I'd say.
What I think is the first round of the NHL draft is it's 31 right now, 31 players that you know have been really, really good and where they're coming from.
Yep.
You have no idea what they're going to be like in the NHL.
Exactly.
Zero. I don't, and I'm just thinking about this off the top of my head. I haven't followed Nico Hischier to see how good he's done. I don't know how good he's done.
Yeah.
And he was the first overall, 2 years ago. I have followed Nolan Patrick at the number 2 overall. He's had a solid career, but he's developing slowly.
Yeah.
You know, I look at Cody Glass that went 6th two summers ago overall. He's playing in Chicago right now with the Wolves, which, you know, I thought was kind of cool. I saw it yesterday. Him, Keegan Kolzar, and Coughlin are all playing together
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Chicago.
that's really
and
cool.
that's a pretty good lineup right there. And I think Chicago,
yeah.
the Wolves actually did pretty well this year.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at, you never quite know. Philip Zadina wasn't, for the longest time, he thought he was going top 5.
Yeah.
And then he went later first round, and he's another one. Once he develops, I think he's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You never know. That top overall pick to me, I'm thinking of the names that were top over. Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, people like that. That's different. Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
generational talents.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
McDavid, I think with the right team, like if maybe Edmonton was like 10 shades different looking, and then
yeah,
or maybe he was somewhere else.
yeah,
I think he'll be like next Gretzky level.
yeah. I don't think he's
You
going.
think so?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere though either, because
He wants
I know.
he wants to be part of Edmonton's rebuild.
his thing was I wouldn't have signed an 8-year contract here if I didn't want to be a part. Because, you know, there was all that speculation, those rumors, always asking for a trade. He's like, no, I'm not. And
Yeah.
he seems to be a man of his word. He seems to be a good character guy. Unlike John Tavares, as a lot of people say. But, well, Edmonton, you know, okay, so Edmonton is the Ottawa of the Western Conference, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, thinking about that.
They've had
Because
such
once
a-
again, two seasons ago, I'm like, oh, we're going to see an Edmonton-Toronto Stanley Cup final any day now. No, no, we're not.
Well, they had a stellar run. What, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
I think it was?
that was the year because
Yeah.
Toronto had just gotten in. I think that was the first year Austin Matthews played in Toronto. They got to the first round, which they weren't supposed to make the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
Got to the first round. And then, yeah, Edmonton went, second or third round when they really weren't supposed to make the playoffs. And we're all like, okay, cool. Edmonton and Toronto are going to be relevant again. And Toronto's held on. I'm looking at my
Ish.
bracket, though, and I don't have Toronto making it past the first round again.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just, and this is the part where us fans do not see the whole game. We don't see all the goings on behind it. How many decisions locally have we all scratched our head at in our local hockey team
Oh, yeah.
and been like, what the fuck? There's a reason for it, though. Because unless we all think that ownership's just out to piss everybody off all the time, there's a reason they make those decisions. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Right.
You know, we gave up a lot of draft picks last year for Jake Bean.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said, well, we didn't win the championship. No, but we went on a deeper run than we had in 6 years.
Yeah.
And Jake Bean was a big part of that. Where'd you see that Geeky or Bean? I know we talked about.
Bean got recalled.
Geeky hasn't yet.
No.
No. He was actually named in the Hockey News. Did an article though talking about Geeky as
really?
a player to watch.
I
Yeah,
like Morgan.
yeah, I did too. I love
Yeah.
Geeky. Good player. I mean, hit that run he went on the first 2 rounds of the playoffs last year, like 18 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 rounds was insane in only 8 games. But what I'm saying is, you never ever truly know. I think about Isaac Johnson.
Yeah.
I loved Isaac. I thought he was great on the ice.
Yeah, I think he was going to be a stellar hockey player.
Absolutely. Matt Dorsey, I thought, was another great player here. And maybe he comes back next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, we got to talk about when Ashy's out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I think the Vernon Vipers knocked him out. But yeah, you see what you see, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what I have to, as a fan, I have to swallow that because I'm like, even sitting watching, an AMS game, like, well, they should be doing this, they should be doing that, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the day, it's like, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Speaking of behind the scenes, Voynov.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, suspended another year.
Another year. I don't like it. I think it should be a lifetime ban for the guy, to be honest
so
with you.
I'm in a group chat with a few people. Which is called 5 Minute Fighting Major. And somebody had posted it and they were like, why don't they just make this shit permanent? Rather
real.
than being like still indefinite, like we're still talking about it. Ban him forever. Simple. He can probably play 2021. Fuck him. That's just what we were saying in there.
Beat the shit out of his girlfriend, now wife, which
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but yeah, I'm with you. I mean,
think-
how serious it was. He had a 3-year ban from being in the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that serious.
Why allow him to play more?
Exactly.
But you know what it is? It's probably just like because shit's not finalized, and
Could
the
be.
NHL can't like just say fuck you.
Finalize
completely-
as far as
completely-
investigation goes?
Yeah, like because if you remember, Semyon Varlamov had an issue too. He had domestic violence issues,
oh, yeah.
and I think he got suspended for a little while, and then his wife dropped all the charges,
Yeah.
and he was able to play again.
Yeah.
Which whatever, fucking okay.
Yeah, once again, we only see what we see. There's
Yeah.
so much that goes on behind the closed doors, but I think it needs to be a lifetime ban. And then hopefully once the investigation is whatever it is, and if it is against him, keep him out, man. I think it's just bad for the game. In a sport that struggles, like if we've talked with women's hockey, it's getting better. That's the future of hockey. But the NHL has really struggled with creating a good image for females.
Yeah.
Within the NHL itself. I mean, this would be the perfect opportunity to draw the line in the sand, in my opinion.
Yep.
Who was the guy on Nashville last year or the year before that was suspended for domestic violence? I forget what his name was.
I thought there was a guy from Nashville, like a Finnish guy, that got arrested for coke.
Well, there was
Like
Yuri Laterra from the Philadelphia Flyers.
That's who it was. Yeah,
He
running like a coke ring out of his house in Finland.
Yeah, that was I don't hear Philly talking about that one a whole lot. But yeah, I think that this would be a good opportunity for the NHL to make a stand on it, and unfortunately, they haven't at this point. And once again, like you said, you might be right. You got to wait until all the facts are in. You got to wait until the official investigation's done, whatever it is. But I don't think we need that kind of shit in the league.
So going back just a half a step,
Yeah.
speaking of the Preds,
Yeah,
them or Dallas.
I've got the Preds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them in 6. I think Dallas might be able to squeak a couple of them out. You guys want to talk brackets here real quick?
Let's do it.
Okay. So I've got mine pulled up in front of me. This is one of 2 I've got going right now. Let's just start from the top, and I'll tell you who the matchups are, and then what you guys think.
Pull mine up right now.
Start in the West. Number 1 seed Calgary against wild card 2 Colorado.
I got Calgary.
I'm looking. Where's my bracket?
I got Calgary in 5.
Where's my bracket?
Yeah.
Colorado squeaked in.
I've got Calgary in 5.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're on agreement there. You're gonna hate me after this one. San Jose and Vegas, number 2 seed versus number 3 seed.
San Jose in 7.
I got San Jose in 6.
Vegas in 6.
Okay, fair enough. Nashville.
I think that one's going to go the distance, man.
It could. It very well
I
could.
think it'd be a deep or not a deep run, but a deep like a long series.
Yeah.
A lot of the reason I picked that way is just because I really want to hope that San Jose can do something.
Yeah. And you know what? I think for me it'll be a tough one to watch because I really do like San Jose a lot.
Well, you said last week.
Yeah, and I've talked
you'd be
about San
okay.
Jose. Yeah, I talked about San Jose, pretty well recently as well. So, obviously, I want Vegas to go.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my bracket is more of a hopeful than a realistic. But
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
no.
wrong
And
with
it's the only bracket I have. I'm keeping this one.
Yep.
But like with the reason I chose this was because San Jose has been kind of struggling, and Vegas is kind of coming back on their tear.
Yeah. Definitely a good tail end.
Flower had kind of a weak return
Mhm.
after his injury and
Mhm.
and his new son, I think it was his son being born.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He came back for a couple games, I think, and just didn't do too hot. Like, I think he allowed like 7 or some shit in one game, or 5 or something like that. But,
Every goalie
It's
shits
fine.
the bed at some point.
yeah,
though.
it's fine. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. Yeah. So next one.
Next one would be Nashville and Dallas, and we just kind of talked. I got Nashville in 6.
Same.
Yeah.
Nashville in 6.
I got Nash in 4.
You got them sweeping
Ooh,
that one.
nice. Yes,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
The only thing for me is that all the hope that I put into Nashville a couple years ago when they played Pittsburgh carried over into the next season last year, and they didn't really get it done.
I still think about that final between Nashville and Pittsburgh,
Didn't think of mustard.
and I just hate it. I can't, like, that memory is just a stain.
Yeah.
Because it's the yellowest fucking Stanley Cup Finals I've ever seen in my life. And
You kn-
it was an eyesore. I could
Oh,
not
it
watch
was.
it. I could not watch it.
Dude, Caps in Vegas last year was great. I love those color schemes, but
Oh yeah.
what I loved about it was it just opened up. It brought back that whole conversation of hockey hotbeds and not.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't play them in the South and all that shit. And I'm like, every time I would see a game in Nashville, I'm like, dude, this fan base is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
as much as I hate, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. That's perfect
Yeah.
goal song for
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah.
They're another one of those teams that have they know their market, they know their fan base.
They,
you know,
they very much infused the culture of the city into that team.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome. You're
and it just looked
absolutely
like the energy. My dad's actually been to a couple games in Nashville for some conference he goes to every year, but he's just said, dude, that atmosphere is just great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fun.
I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to go see a Nashville game.
I've been in that building. It wasn't for a Nashville game. In fact, I think it might have been like the first or second years of Predators were actually a team. I was in that building for something. But anyway, I hope Nashville can pull that one off. And then Winnipeg and St. Louis.
Dude, so
You going to tell the story?
yeah, okay.
Because I was going to bring it up afterwards.
Yeah. Well, let's do I'll tell it.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Go for it.
As some of you know, Oli Golzig's son volunteers down here at the store sometimes, and so he's down working this weekend, and I walk into the cafe, and Oli's sitting in the cafe, and I was like, it's funny, we were just talking about you, and he was like, what? And I was like, oh, we do a hockey podcast out of the store. And he goes, really? What's it called? So I tell him,
Yeah.
And so we get to talking for a second, and I was like, your Cap's going to take it this year? And he's like, I think we got as good a shot as any. He's like, it'll be, and I was like, who you got in the West? And he was like, St. Louis.
Ooh.
And I was like, really?
It's that new goalie, that rookie.
Bennington.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kid's on a tear.
So
He is
that's
good.
literally what I was about to bring up. So I went.
Sorry, I
went,
stole it.
No, that's
I
all
didn't mean
good.
to.
No, because I hadn't been super following him.
Yeah.
So Oli preaches, it's gospel. Let's go. I go check him out, and I'm like kind of looking at some stuff, and that kid's incredible.
Yeah, he is.
dude, that motherfucker stands on his head.
If it weren't for Pedersen in Vancouver, I think Bennington would definitely have Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
But Pedersen is just too
Better than
fucking
Hart?
Good.
Like, I haven't watched his numbers.
Hart didn't play, I don't think, as much.
Okay.
I think both
Okay.
Hart and Bennington kind of saved their teams, their respective teams.
Yep.
So
Hart did all he could, that's for sure.
Hart definitely
But so I
put a pulse into it.
Yeah.
I think that kid is a powerhouse, and
Cool.
looking at what and
We know how important a goalie is at this
Yep.
point in the postseason.
Yep.
So that's awesome. I mean, I remember watching Brian Boucher as a rookie for the Flyers take them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals against New Jersey that year.
Yep.
So what's your prediction?
So I got the Blues in 5.
I got St. Louis in 6 just because I think Winnipeg is a stacked team.
Yeah.
That one to me could go either way. But I got the Blues in 6. Don't let me down, Ole. Don't let me down, man. That's why I based that.
Also have the Blues in 6.
Cool.
'Cause I just didn't see or hear as much about Winnipeg this year as I did last year.
Yeah.
And like Laine, I don't think was making as many waves as he normally does.
Right.
Not saying he had a lackluster season, but Blues have definitely been on a surge.
Yeah.
So
All right, so we got that. That's Western Conference first round. Once the first round's over, we'll talk about our second round picks, which could be completely scrambled at that point. But
And then we'll redo those.
yeah, right. So let's move to the East. The almighty Tampa Bay Lightning, #1 overall President's Trophy winners against the wild card 2 Columbus Blue Jackets, who I was surprised even made it into the playoffs.
Tampa in 4.
I got Tampa in 5.
I have Tampa in 5 also.
I think Columbus can squeeze out a game.
Yeah, I'm being nice to Columbus on this one.
Well, yeah. Well, and the reason that I say that is because Tampa's such a run and gun team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to put up a lot of goals,
Yeah.
but defense has been one of the things they're not always the best at. And if they're not good a night, Columbus will pounce on that. Columbus has got a lot of talent too, and Columbus, the X factor could be Bobrovsky in that series. Okay, so Boston and Toronto. I got Boston in 6.
I got Boston in 7.
I got Boston in 7.
Okay.
Because that's mostly just what I want to see.
Same.
Now here's my
Same.
thing though.
I'm worried
I
if it gets
do-
to 7, though.
I do have that hope for a Toronto and Islanders matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see John Tavares score like that final
Oh, that would
goal to like knock out
Game 7, double
knockout
just
overtime.
that middle finger. That would
man.
be that would be
Do you know? I will bathe in the tears.
That'd be awesome.
It would be so
there-
glorious.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see
poetic
Sean
justice.
Avery's video for that one.
Oh, man. Oh, I know. He would just be laughing, just laughing for an hour.
You fuckers.
in that fucking barn.
Yeah. No, what was it? There was a chirp that went across. I'll have to find it. Oh man, what was it? Oh, somebody was like, I think it was Pittsburgh when they announced that they were playing the Islanders. They were like, we're going to be in Long Island, for the first round, and the Islanders corrected them on Long Island.
I saw that.
and Pittsburgh was like, we don't fucking know where you play anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, oh, yeah,
To be
sorry,
fa-
our
to
bad.
be
We just
fair-
can't figure out where you play.
to be fair, we don't even know where you play. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nobody gives a fuck.
yeah, pretty much.
Did we all have Boston? All
yeah,
of us?
all
All
have
of us
Boston.
Boston.
The Game 7 just worries me because it was there last year, and I think that Toronto could find a way to make it done, and that would mess me up. So.
I have Boston winning that, but I feel like I might be wrong on that one.
I was wrong last year. I picked Boston. Or, no, never mind. Second round, I picked Boston to go past that. But
Yeah.
don't let me down, Boston. Caps and Hurricanes. I love the story of Carolina this year, but I got the Caps winning in 5.
Same.
Same. Caps in 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to see Carolina knock out the Stanley Cup champions in the first round. Like, that would be fucking gold.
For storylines, it's one of the best ones out
that'd be
there.
amazing.
Dude, it's just I just want to hear the announcer go, and you thought hurricane season was over.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, how awesome would it be to just shut everybody up with that? Like, with all the hate they got all season over the
Bunch
storm
of
surge,
jerks.
like,
damn, man.
like how cool would it be to just silence
How
all
cool
of that?
How cool would that storm surge be if they win that
I
series?
don't know, but they stopped it before the season ended.
Did they stop it, or did they say they're not going to do it in the playoffs?
I don't know if they said they were going to do the last one for the season.
Okay, so they did go through the regular season, but yeah,
No, they didn't. It was like a couple weeks before the season
Oh,
ended. They
why?
were like, I don't know. It was Justin Williams put a tweet out. Put a Twitter out. He put a tweet out.
What a twat.
He twatted that he twat that
That new social media platform that twatted.
Twatta.
he was like, tonight will be the last storm surge, whether we win or lose. Something like
Interesting.
that. I don't know. It was. I'm not sure why, which bums me out because like, maybe they were just kind of wanting to focus on playoff push.
Could be.
But I hope they do more because fuck all the haters that
For real.
are just scared of fun.
As much as I love them, I've got Washington in 5. So,
Yep.
And the last one, the two teams that everyone loves to hate right now, the Islanders and Penguins. What do you got, Corey?
I got the Penguins at 5.
Penguins in 6.
Isles in 7.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think that Pittsburgh, with all the experience they've had,
Yep.
and the Islanders still being a pretty young team. Now, they had a great season, and Barry Trotz,
Yeah, Trotz has been a blessing to that team.
absolutely, because they've way overachieved,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But and we'll see what Barzal does in that series. I think that could be the X factor there. But I got Pittsburgh in 6. So.
It still blows my mind to think that, like, last season, we were watching, or no, was it last season? Year before that, yeah. We were watching Barzal in our
Barzal
building.
here. Yeah.
And now he's, like, playing against Sidney Crosby and all
Yeah.
them. And it still blows my mind thinking
Yeah.
that, like, guys that we've seen in our own, like, building here in
Mm-hmm.
Tri-Cities, like, are moving on and growing up and doing big boy things.
Well, and
It's
not
great.
not only that, but the fact that Barzal is kind of the face of that team now since
Yeah.
Tavares left.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
He's-
as a 20, what is he, 21, 22 now? I think he's 21.
I think he's 20, 21. Yeah.
Yeah, because last year would have been his 20-year-old season in the dub, so 21, and he's
Yeah.
the face of the team now.
Yeah.
on a very storied franchise. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, Isles
And
definitely.
Carlo. I read an article this morning that something I had forgot. Carlo's never played in the playoffs before.
Oh,
because
that's
he's
right.
gotten
He was
hurt.
hurt last year. Yeah.
And the year before.
Yeah.
Both times. So this is his first go around in the playoffs. And a lot of people are saying he could be a big X factor for
yeah,
that team.
I think so. Absolutely.
Love you, Brandon.
Yeah, so that's first round.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Because we might have to redo our brackets at that
Yeah,
point.
they're locked in.
quite possible.
They're locked in now. So
I got UVA winning the whole thing. Is that a thing? I'm just playing. That was it. March Madness.
Okay, wait,
What
how-
a
how
joke.
about
March
this?
Madness ends at the 10th of April or something like that. That's what I
right,
never
yeah.
understood. But
we won't talk about third or second or third rounds. But who do you guys have in the finals?
I got
do you
St.
want to-
Louis in the Caps.
Oh,
That's
you
who I
went-
have
you
in
went-
the
you went
finals.
full Ole.
I went full Ole because he's a smarter man than I am, and he's
That's
very
true.
big.
That's true.
So he's a
very-
large man.
Very big. He's intimidating. He said, "If I don't predict this, then he's going to come to my house." And,
I'm one of those that love seeing things that aren't predictable.
Yeah.
And to me, St. Louis going all the way is not predictable. And honestly, to me, the Caps going back is not predictable, in my opinion.
yeah,
Just
Yeah.
because everybody right now, the predictable thing, the safe bet, the Duke bet of the NHL right now is the Tampa Bay Lightning.
yeah. That's I think the favorite.
Yep.
is-
I don't
is
even have Tampa going to the third round, just so everybody knows.
Me-
Anyway.
me neither.
What do you got, finals?
So
You
I-
deviated from your. You deviated, didn't
I
you?
did.
What'd you got?
I did, but so what I want to see
Yeah.
is I want to see Boston versus the Sharks.
That'd be great.
That's what I want.
Who
to
you got
see.
winning?
Out of that
Yeah.
matchup? The Sharks.
Okay. Okay.
But like in realistic what's actually on my I got the Caps versus the Sharks.
Okay.
Like I trust Ole's opinion, but that's my
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
the Sharks I think this is their season.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I
So-
would love to see that.
That's. I mean, I've felt that way for quite a while, especially like even through their slump. I think they're gonna break through. But like
do you
I
got?
said, this is my hopeful bracket.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna just stick with this one. I got Vegas and Isles in the final. I think that'd be kind of an interesting turnout.
Wait,
I'm probably
you got Vegas and the Islanders?
yeah.
But I thought you wanted John Tavares to beat Toronto.
I do, but like
But-
that hopeful.
Wow, you got Islanders
That
going the
hopeful?
whole way.
Yeah, I got the hopeful, not the whole way.
Well, no, I know you've got Vegas going the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
way, but
You know, which I might. I don't know. I might do another bracket.
I still got
like-
Philadelphia going the whole way.
I
so.
think that like. Yeah, I don't know how they let me plug that in, but it's there. So
Fuck you, it's conspiracy.
both teams will get knocked out of a round, and the Flyers will come back in and tear the shit up.
They'll come to find out the Penguins are a bunch of cheaters. They'll give it to the Flyers.
Take their jerseys off, and there's Flyers shit underneath.
Oh, let me say something before I forget.
Yeah, yeah.
April Fool's Day.
Oh my god.
The you know where I'm going with this? The Flyers The Flyers fan group on Facebook changed the name of their page to the Iceberg. The official Iceberg fan page, and played it off like it was a joke that they're a bunch of Penguins fans to piss everyone off. Well, the next day they're like, "Well, we were going to change the name back, but we just found out from Facebook we got to wait 30 days to change the name back. So it's the official Iceberg, whatever."
Oh my god!
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Cam Talbot bit.
Huh?
There was a article that came out on April Fool's.
That he was suing
He
the
was
Flyers.
suing the
yes.
Flyers because Carter Hart
overworked him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they overworked him. He only played like 3 games or something like that. And
That was good. That was good.
And that Carter Hart was a bully to him in Fortnite.
That was good.
That's where I lost it. I lost my fucking mind on that one. Because
Good job.
So-
The idea they're like, and he's mad because when they all play Fortnite together, Carter Hart usually kills him first or doesn't revive him when they're on a team or something like that.
the funny part is, though, of that is you had a lot of people genuinely going, "Are you serious, Clark?
Yeah. He's-
No,
Really?
No. Look at the goddamn calendar.
It took me a second to realize that reference too. Like,
Are you serious, Clark? I love, dude. That's. You serious, Clark?
That was solid.
halfway eating the fucking stringy ass turkey or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
And the dog. That's my
He's like-
favorite part of the movie,
yeah.
where the dog's under the table. Dude, something wrong with your dog, Eddie. I was just hacking up a bone.
There's so much.
There you
There's
got
so
it.
much in that movie that like was overseen. Like I didn't catch it until like years after watching it.
yeah, it's
where
so
they're
good.
they're in the grocery store talking to get to Clark and
And
Eddie.
Eddie, yeah.
They're in the store and they're shopping.
And he's just
And he
piling
puts,
dog
he
food.
puts the dog food on, but you don't. It's really subtle, and you might not catch it. He puts a bag of dog food on, and then Clark puts a light bulb on top of it, and then right after he puts it
He
on,
throws another
he throws
big
another
bag.
big
Oh,
bag.
I never saw the light
yeah,
bulb.
and you just
wow.
hear this light little like
Yes.
yeah, like that was something I caught like recently,
That's
and I've
funny.
been watching that movie my whole life.
Oh, yeah,
during
every
Right?
Christmas.
Yeah, every Christmas, and it's just I still catch shit. It's so good.
Yeah.
Wow, we
fun.
derailed. He's a Blackhawks fan. I don't know. There we
Yeah,
go.
Oh,
he,
yeah,
is,
he
he
is.
is
Clark W.
rocking a Blackhawks
does.
jersey.
Clark W.
Well, and-
Griswold is absolutely a Blackhawks fan.
And Russ, he wears a Blackhawks jersey
Mm-hmm.
in that movie as well.
Johnny, wasn't that Johnny Galecki
Yep.
or whatever
Yeah.
his name was, who played that kid?
Yeah.
He is
that was
on
good.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, which is funny because I was just talking about Vegas Vacation downstairs
Oh, nice.
Man, I haven't seen that in so long.
because we were talking about That Thing You Do, the movie That Thing You Do.
Oh, yeah.
The bass player for the band, the one that joins the Marines and like leaves before they get like on TV.
Yeah.
His name in that movie is TB Player. Right? They never give him a name. They never say his name through the whole movie.
the bass player.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
that's the character's name.
That's awesome.
And so the funny part about it was Rachel downstairs was like, that poor guy didn't even get a name. And I was like, fuck you. Because you know what putting in that time got him? He got to be Nick motherfucking Papa Giorgio.
Nick Papa
Oh,
Giorgio
yeah.
from Yuma, Arizona.
Yep.
And I quintessentially at my
I'm
core of
sad
my
that-
being love
I'm
every
sad
vacation
that my
movie.
Vegas experience wasn't at all like Papa Giorgio's. I was like, maybe I got the Papa Giorgio look, and then I lost $200.
Yeah, no.
I got it all back. It's fine.
Nobody gets the Papa Giorgio look.
That Thing You Do, that's Tom Hanks is in that, right?
Yeah, it's his. He wrote and directed it.
Yeah. That was a good one. For some reason, I get that one and High Fidelity mixed up for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
how
I
you
can
mix the
see
two.
that.
To me, though, when I think about it, I'm like, I don't know how you can mix those two up. But anyway.
They're not even close to the same type of movie, but,
Right.
but I can see it.
High Fidelity was John Cusack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. All right, so that's our first rounder and our winner. We kind of skipped over round 2 and 3, but we'll get back to that.
yeah,
this is going to be ongoing for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears real quick because I wanted to talk about WHL. I don't want to get real involved with it because a lot of people that listen, I don't think, know a lot about the WHL teams. But we
But
watched.
we talk about it a lot.
Yeah, we do. We do. So hopefully that has encouraged you to go out and research that league a little more because it's actually a pretty legit league and a lot of great players come out of there.
Oh, yes.
We watched Everett take our Tri-City Americans out in 5, which was a game more than a lot of people thought it was going to take for Everett to do that. The Spokane Chiefs, who the Americans fans love to hate, are now up 2-0 after winning both the first 2 in Everett against the mighty Silvertips.
Spokane has been a beast this season, dude.
Took them a little bit of time to get it going, but
I
once
know,
they
but
did,
that train, dude, they started laying the tracks in front of it, and it just kept going.
it came to kind of the epitome after that 10-1 drubbing of the Americans on the last game of the regular season. You're just like, okay, they're making a statement right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. My opinion is I don't think that series is ever going to get back to Everett because now Spokane gets 3 straight in Spokane because of some ice show going on in Everett that they can't do Game 5 there.
But Everett...
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just frustrated. Everett knows how to play on the road, dude.
Yeah, they do. They do, but Spokane knows how to play at home.
They do. All right.
And I just think from what I see, and it's so interesting that it's the Spokane Chiefs, but from what I'm seeing right now, Spokane is a lot like what the Americans were last year. They got hot at the right time.
Yeah.
They took their talent and put it on the forefront, and they've ridden it. And not only that, though, but they're getting the secondary scoring. They're getting really good goaltending right now. They beat Portland in 6, I think. And Portland was the much more talented team, in my opinion. When you've got Joaquin Blitchfield and Cody Glass and people like that playing on your team, you're a higher talented team. But Portland looked really disinterested, and Spokane took advantage of it. So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting take because when Spokane won Game 1 6-1, I was like, okay, that happens. It's going to happen in the playoffs. But then when they took Game 2, I believe it was like 3-2 or 4-2 or something like that, winning that close game, it raised my eyebrows a bit. And I'm like, okay, I think if Spokane beats Everett, Spokane's got a good chance of going to the finals because they would probably play Vancouver.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you're fine.
Which
I do have Vancouver beating Victoria.
Yeah.
And I think they're up 3-0 right now, or 2-0. And game
I think they
3
just
is
won in
tonight.
overtime last night.
Oh, so they're up 3-0 then in that
so, yeah.
series because it's back in Victoria now. So they're up 3-0.
I still think Everett pulls it out. I really do.
I want Everett to pull it out because I really do like Everett. I really do like their organization. I like what they've done. They've embraced the fact that they're the not Seattle team.
Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah.
And they're good.
They're setting themselves apart from.
Yeah.
But I mean, still people kind of wrap them up in the Seattle.
Oh,
area
absolutely.
teams, for
Absolutely.
Sure. Like, which I don't see anything wrong with that. Like,
I don't either. But what I guess what I mean by that is they've embraced that rivalry with Seattle, which is a good thing. And their hockey operations, like their new coach, has been incredible.
I love their social
incredible.
media. How every time they go play them, they're like, "Oh, the boys in Kent." Like they keep talking to them
keep
about
poking.
they're poking the Kent button.
Yep.
They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, you're not Seattle, really. You're in Kent."
Right.
Like,
And then Seattle usually respond with the picture of them raising their banner 2 years ago. Over. But yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It's good for just the U.S. division, that Everett, Spokane, that there's a rivalry there. And Spokane's got a lot of good talent on that team. I'm excited to see what players like Ty Smith are going to do in the future.
oh yeah.
Jared Anderson Dolan, I believe this is his last season in the WHL. So I forget what's going on in the East. Prince Albert finally lost their first game of the playoffs to Saskatoon.
Jeez.
1-0.
Such a weird thing to think about too. It's like they're good.
Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for a 1-0 loss. But, once again, it shows.
So here's how it is as of last night, which was
After the games?
April 9th. Yeah. Edmonton leads the series
3-0.
3-0.
Yep.
Prince Albert leads 2-1.
Okay.
Vancouver leads 3-0. Spokane leads 2-0.
2-0. Okay. I think Edmonton's got too much of a lead right now. They'll win it. Calgary might be able to pull out a game or two.
Yeah, I think so.
But
They were in Calgary last night, I think.
Yeah, because Edmonton was the higher seed, so they got the first 2 games. And I think Vancouver's probably going to sweep it out, which means, once again, the Victoria Royals will have never made it past the second round of the WHL playoffs. And this will be the second year in a row that they were handed the exit tickets by the Vancouver Giants.
Yeah.
So,
Did you want to talk about your Remco?
we talked a little bit last week.
Did we nail it last
Yeah,
week?
Remmer
Okay.
and a coin. But
that's right. Okay.
Aaron Hyman
Yeah.
got himself
Yeah,
a
it was
ECHL
so funny.
contract.
It was so funny because we were talking about him, and we were like, "It's been kind of crickets on his end," and then suddenly, like the next day,
Yeah.
he's in the ECHL, and we're like, "Okay,
Was it
good job."
Kalamazoo? I think the Kalamazoo Wings, if I remember right,
yep.
was who he signed. So congrats to Hyman. That's good for him. That means that all the 20-year-olds are now at this point playing professionally.
Yep.
Yep, which is awesome.
Oh yeah,
It's very awesome, very awesome.
and who knows where it'll go? I've seen this happen a lot. Where Parker Bowles a few years ago got a contract with the Reading Royals, I believe. Sure, ECHL. He went and played a couple games and then came back. It's like, I don't like it, not for me. And now he's playing. I think he's still playing professionally over in Europe. But these are all tryouts at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the contracts that the two guys signed. What's his name? Parker with Orlando and Hyman with Kalamazoo. Those are both actual contracts. But like your Remco. Oh, there's another player too.
Yeah,
you gotta talk
Olsen.
about.
Olsen got
Is
an
it-
ATO with
Tryout agreement.
Amateur
Yeah.
tryout is
Yeah,
what
with San
that's-
Diego.
which I thought was interesting that Olsen has to go that route right now.
Yeah, because I think it's
Because
kind of
his-
like a last. So if he doesn't get signed by Anaheim before
The night before the draft.
then he's a free agent again,
Right.
Or he re-enters the draft.
I think he actually becomes a full free agent.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, or maybe.
So-
Well, no, he'd be a night. Well,
It's a weird situation.
But here's
like,
the other thing too, though. He's 20 right now.
Yep.
He had his birthday a couple weeks ago. We might not see Kyle Olsen back in Tri City next
I
year.
doubt we see him.
Because of the fact that he'll probably at least get sucked into the goals organization, and then they also have an ECHL affiliate. So I think Kyle Olsen's done here.
I am very positive we won't see him. But that's just my
And good for
that's my
him.
speculation. Yeah, absolutely. Because like if he's doing this with the goals,
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't get signed by Anaheim, but like I don't know, like I think there's a lot of variables that
Sure.
would happen before he makes his way back to Tri-Cities.
Well, and the other thing too is even if he doesn't get signed by Anaheim, if he does have that contract
somebody
with the goals,
somebody will pick him up.
but he can have just an AHL contract for a while too before he gets picked up by somebody else.
Which
so.
I think is probable.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Ole, man, and I hated. In my opinion, he struggled a bit this year.
He was up and down. Yeah.
But like when he got drafted 2 years ago, I was so happy for him. I remember calling he's the bowling ball, the little guy out there that will just knock the shit out of you, which is now Connor Bouchard on the team, in my opinion. But
We had more checks of the night with Roman Kalinichenko than anyone
oh God, Roman. To me, you look at Roman, you're like, he's not a very big guy,
Yeah.
but he'll fucking kill you on the ice.
He is a great hitter.
Oh, he is,
He
because
is
he
a
stands
great
his ground. I don't know how many times I've seen him just knock guys out at the blue
He knows
line.
how to shift his weight. He's
Yes.
not afraid to go for the hits.
Yep.
Like he's mean.
Yes.
You know, but honestly, I don't think we'll see him next year either.
Oh, I think we will. He's only 19 next year. He's not a
Who am I
20-year-old.
thinking of? I'm thinking of Herbeek, but I mean he's 20-year-old.
Rabik
No,
will be
I don't think we'll. I don't know. Roman, I think is 50-50.
I think he'll be
it
back.
depends.
Just because he's 19. Rabik, I don't think we're going to
No,
see him again, which
no.
I hate because he was a big part of our scoring this year.
Because he will be a 20 next year. That's what
Rabik
it,
will be a
that's
20.
what it is.
Yep.
He'll be a 20 next year.
Yeah.
But he's also on the tracker, right? He's
He is.
supposed to be.
I think he's got a
ranked.
C rating,
Yeah.
if I remember right. So that means
So he
anywhere from like
may or
4th
may
to
not-
7th round.
Yeah, he may or may not get picked up.
Or he might just go back over to Europe and play
Yeah,
at that point.
which is fine.
Mitchell Brown's also C rating.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha's still holding with a B rating. Sasha will be back.
Yeah.
He won't be back for the beginning of the season, though. He'll be at camp next summer,
Right.
in my
Yep.
opinion. And we might not have back warm the beginning of the season next year either. 'Cause,
I
he could
think
he could
he'll
be at a camp.
He'll be
Yeah.
going to a camp for sure.
Mason Dunsford, we just signed him, but he's only a 15-year-old goalie. So he could only play a few games next year. Trying to think what else is going on. What was the other interesting thing I saw? Cody Glass is in Chicago now, playing with the Wolves, along with Keegan Kolzar, who was a bad man on the ice, but he was good with Seattle. And then Dylan Coughlin. We're good for right now. Got a couple minutes. Who else did I just see, though, that signed with Orlando, the Solar Bears?
What a dope name.
It works, man.
I like the Solar Bears.
And their logo is a polar bear with a big sun behind it.
I
So
like it.
Um,
I'm digging the Solar Bears.
I want to say Blitchfield from Portland just
trying
went
to-
down there to Orlando.
Trying to look at
Blitzfield
it.
Bop.
And now they're playing with Jackson Playfair is in Orlando as well.
Oh, really?
Jackson, yeah, that's
Yeah,
where he
that's
went
right,
to
that's
college. So that's pretty cool. It's cool to be involved with this league and see where all these players go to, because every night you're watching, you're like, this could be the next one. This could be the next person to make a big splash. So anyway, Carter Hart is Team Canada's goalie for the World Championships.
Yeah.
I think it's well deserved for him. I think it's also a testament to what he's worked for. Joel Quenneville. Go ahead.
Well, the championships in Slovakia, right?
Finland or Slovakia. I don't remember.
I think the women are in Finland.
Okay, so we're in Slovakia.
The women one's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. That one is in Finland.
Dominated. U.S. dominated Russia the other night.
Did they end up beating them? I saw.
Good.
I was watching.
It was like 10-0.
I was watching.
It was
Wait.
beat the fucking wheels off them.
10-0.
Something like that. Yeah, it was.
Man,
it was
I think
bonkers.
Canada just got by Russia like 3-2. But I watched parts of the Switzerland game with the U.S., and I would literally, every time I'd walk by the TV, goal,
Yeah.
goal. Final was like 8-0.
Okay, yeah. So the women are in Espoo, Finland,
Okay.
and they beat Russia 10-0.
And you're right, Slovakia.
Sweet.
That's where that's happening. So congrats, Carter Hart.
Yeah.
Which he wasn't going to be. He wasn't going to be that good right away. So, of
course.
says me. Good for him. Joe Quenneville
Yeah.
signs in Florida.
Yeah. After Philly offered him more.
So he's been speculated in Philly ever since Scott Fletcher took over as the GM there, because they had a relationship together. And this started, November is when the speculation started. Scott Gordon came in, did a pretty good job with the Flyers for the rest of the season. But we're all, as a Flyers fan, I'm sitting here thinking, man, it's interim. He won't be after this. And now it's like Quenneville. Oh, by the way, I'm going to Florida.
Yeah.
You offer me more money, but I want to go and coach, what's his name? Barkov.
Alexander
Which is
Barkov.
bullshit that was what was published as the reason why he went to
Yeah.
Florida. I just don't think he wants to be in the train wreck that's Philly, because he spent a lot of years in Chicago and he knows that pressure. He can go down to Florida and be the man without as much pressure.
And he's in Florida.
Exactly.
He's in Florida during the winter, so
Yep.
there's that. A lot of people just like playing in those southern states.
Why the fuck
Look
do
at
you
Yogs.
think Yager? Yeah, I was going to say, why do you think Yager ended his career in NHL career in Florida?
Well, technically it ended in Calgary.
Oh, that's right,
but
true, but that didn't go too well.
Yeah,
Which he's still playing
he is still playing
for the team he owns.
Yep.
Over in the Czech.
Who's gonna tell him no?
Yeah, right.
Writes his own checks.
Who was going to tell him? Who was
That
going to
plays on so many levels.
Who was going to tell him no before that? To be honest with you, when you have an 18-year-old girl that you've just slept with trying to take pictures and blackmail you,
that was so
and you
good.
just say,
I don't care.
"Have fun,"
Go
Yeah.
for it.
he doesn't give a fuck. Plus, he's a big man.
Yeah.
I never really realized how big he was. He's a big man.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I
So
was
Q.
bummed too because I had tickets to a Calgary game that year, and
Oh,
they got rid of him like a month before I went up there.
And you're like, son of a bitch.
That
I
was
so mad.
That was the one year that he just couldn't stay away from the injuries. So.
Yeah.
My dad actually shook his hand once at a Florida Panthers game. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, him and Luongo, which I
Ooh.
still love Lou.
Ooh.
Lou's my spirit animal.
Everyone loves Lou.
God, he's great. He's great.
Everyone loves Lou. He's so good.
So Quenneville goes to Florida. Congrats. Buffalo still doesn't have a coach. Phil Housley, Mr. Buffalo himself, was ousted.
The Kings.
Oh, that's right. Willie
formed-
Desjardins
yeah,
took the
they-
interim off and got rid of him.
Yep.
So is Gritty going to coach Philly now?
I hope so.
God, that'd be good.
God, I hope
Can you
so.
imagine him gritty in like a tux, like behind
Yeah.
the bench? You know,
Have you guys seen the commercial? Do you watch NHL Network?
I don't have it. No.
Yeah.
The Gritty commercial?
Yeah.
With Scott Stevens. Scott Stevens is talking to one of their analysts. They're eating lunch. And as the other guy's talking, Stevens pulls up his spoon, and there's this long orange hair hanging
Yep.
off of it. He's like, what the fuck? All of a sudden, he goes over to the counter. Out of the back in a chef's outfit comes out Gritty. Serving the soup. And he's like, what is this? And the other guys walk up. Yeah, I think we'll have salad.
Yeah.
But God, Gritty, I love you, man.
I think that was one of the best things this season. Like, one thing I like about the NHL is there's always some kind of like series of unique stories that goes on. You know, like we've got the John Scott thing from years ago. We've got like the Craig Anderson, his wife, going through cancer and beating cancer and all this stuff. Like there's always such a cool story going on, and I think it really helps bring kind of a personal feel to the NHL itself.
Yeah.
And with Gritty coming in and just initially terrorizing everybody,
including
then-
us. We're like,
but then turning out to be like the most loved mascot in the league.
not just the
across-
league,
yeah.
in all
Yeah.
of sports.
Like he
Yeah.
went to like Jimmy Fallon and
John Oliver.
Yeah, like how
As a Supreme
awesome
Court
is that?
judge.
Yeah, and then streaking at the Stadium Series
That
game.
was so cool.
That was
like-
so good.
Gritty is like exactly what I want out of a mascot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So and it made me think too, because there's still some teams that don't have like a dedicated mascot that
Right.
like wanders the arena.
Right.
And it still like makes me sad that Detroit just does not have one.
Yeah.
Because they're I don't know.
You're just gonna have a tire bouncing around.
But I mean, well, here's the thing. Like there's a
Like,
lot of
well,
teams that
there's
have
flat-
Last year would have been a flaming tire rolling through the
Yeah.
arena because
Yeah.
everything's on fire. Oh, wait,
dude.
no, sorry, that's Ottawa, the Canadian Tire Center.
Yeah.
now all I can think. Are you guys familiar with Homestar Runner?
Homestar.
It's a internet thing. It was a web series for a long time. But the dude would he was talking about this adventure land that he had in his backyard, and it was seriously like, let's go out to the tire and hang out.
There comes that accent again. I love it. Can I something I just thought about as we start to wrap up here? You said about how Gritty's done a good job. I want to say that the person, I'm not going to say whether it's male or female. I know who the person is, but the person that does Winger does a fantastic job.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And over the last couple of years, because I believe it's the same person this year that it was last year, and that's when you saw a change. And I can say that person knows zero about hockey.
Oh really?
I've met them.
Yeah.
You met them at a dinner we were at.
I knew he was.
I didn't know. I remember looking at the person he came with and saying, "Is that your new?" I can't even say that, but And she's like, "Oh, that's Winger." I was like,
What?
"Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense now." But my wife and I,
And they were very friendly. They were very friendly with everybody.
Absolutely,
and-
great
and-
person.
And I was like, "Who is this?"
You know,
I've
one
never seen this person.
one of the game that we all three got to sit and watch together this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
We had those like
the
obnoxious
butt doctors.
Yeah, the obnoxious Spokane fans, and Winger was taunting them
Yeah,
the entire game.
Yeah.
Like
So
every time he was at this end of the arena, he was messing with those guys.
Yep.
And I was like, "All right, you're stepping it up." Like that was a next level. They leveled up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
somebody's taking ownership of that, and so I just want to say because that just adds a whole nother level of fun to the game.
Oh, it does. I mean, even if like initially like mascots meant for the kids, but at the same time, it definitely adds a bit of flavor.
Yeah.
And I feel like every team should have one. Like, and you were talking about like Detroit, like what would they have? Like, of course, there's the octopus, but that's more like a playoff
Yeah.
thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And while we're not making the playoffs, the octopus isn't making any appearances. So,
Right.
but I mean, a lot of teams have mascots that don't really have anything to do with that team itself.
Right.
You know
Like-
what they should do?
Like Carolina's got the pig.
Yeah.
They got a damn pig.
Edmonton's got a bobcat.
That thing's terrifying. But you know who that is though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
You know,
Which I cheered for him. Good job.
Yeah.
You know what it should be? It should be Caesar
I can see that.
because it's Little
Yeah.
Caesar's Arena.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
It's owned by the Illich family. So.
Well, and
Yeah.
I just saw that the elite Penguins from Pittsburgh beat the Little Caesars from Detroit in the national championship in
Yep.
the
Yeah.
18U or whatever tournament. So
the Little Caesars hockey in Detroit is actually a really big
I know.
thing.
I wish
It's-
there you go. I
Mike,
think
Mike McDonald
Caesar-
played with Little Caesars growing
Did
up.
he?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's why he was like really happy to play with Detroit his final year because that's where he started like really getting into hockey.
Yep.
So
Teams that put a lot of value on a mascot and everything. Good job for you because you're up in the game. I think of Boomer in Everett. He always rides in on the
Yeah.
4-wheeler before the
Yeah.
game starts. It just brings a level of energy.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that we were just talking about, who was Tux
Yep.
in Scranton in the AHL, who is now the mascot in Edmonton.
Yep.
You watched that series behind the
Behind the
mask,
Mask,
I
yep.
think is what it was called. Which we
Yeah.
talked about another one of
Yeah.
those the other day. But that whole series, you watched how passionate he was about it.
is. And
He
he
took control and ownership of that.
Absolutely deserves that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he's,
Have you
he's
guys
one-
ever seen Mascots? Have we talked about this before?
Isn't
I
that
think so. Yeah.
It's a
Netflix?
yeah. It's a Chris not Chris Columbus. Chris,
We've talked about it. I haven't seen
yeah,
it yet.
it's like the Mighty Wind and all
Yeah.
those, but it's a mockumentary about mascots.
Yeah.
And Chris O'Dowd from the IT crowd is a hockey mascot that's just a fist.
I can't talk about fists without thinking about society either.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway.
We should probably.
Yeah, you did, because then you compared it to like this is Spinal Tap sort of thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but with mascots, and Chris
Yeah.
O'Dowd, like, just being this, like, he's playing a schmuck. Like, he's well, you know, I lost my wife and I got, you know, six kids that I pay for. You know, it's just, it kills me, dude.
that one hits home. So
You got 5, right?
yeah,
I got 6.
you do have 6.
I got none.
You want some of ours? We
Well,
got
load
plenty.
it up.
As we
That was really good.
get ready to draw this to close, boys, I feel like we talked a lot of hockey today.
We did. It was good. I mean, it's a good time to talk hockey. Playoffs are usually extremely exciting, and as of tonight, and it kind of sucks because like I have 3 things going on at once tonight.
Mhm.
I had to pick obviously the least frequent event
Sure.
so that I could. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good opportunity. So,
Yeah.
I'm doing photography for Breaking Benjamin tonight, and
It's awesome.
that starts at 7:30. The same time puck drops in San Jose.
Nah.
So that's a thing. I might, seriously, I might do my 3 songs and then leave, and then go watch the game at Level Up.
Well, I was just
There you go.
Yeah.
So I
I was
don't
thinking,
know.
oh,
yet.
you'll be fine because of the time. I was
Just
like,
go
wait a
down to
second,
the
San
media
Jose?
room and turn it on.
It's 10:30
Yeah, that's
start
true.
time on the East Coast, but
Yeah.
You could totally watch it in the media
and
room.
then I have
That's
D&D
true.
Wednesday night, so I'm missing that too. So
Yeah.
it makes me sad because it's a good campaign. I'm having fun.
Waterdeep, Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that are a member of the Buried Puck Threads email list, this week there was an email that went out. So a few of you have responded, and we've got some brackets going in the league. By the time you hear this episode, that bracket will have already be closed. NHL rules, not mine.
Are we sending stickers out to people who joined? That
So
signed up?
I'm not able to get that data through NHL, through where we set the brackets up. But if anybody wants that, say yes, I'm so and so in the league. Yeah, send an email to hello@buriedpuckthreads.com and we'll get you a sticker sent out. And once again, there's a prize pack for whoever takes it all. So, but my point there is, if you're not a part of the email list, join the email list because that's where we usually try to talk about things first before we post on social media and all that. So, with that being said, that's what's going on with Buried Puck right now. Mr. Gaston, you got a busy weekend coming up.
Oh my God, dude!
Tell us about it.
We got a lot going on this week. The AU Radio Network is doing its Hellboy Week this week in lieu of the new movie coming out, and
Yes.
so Comics Corner is all Hellboy comics. That's all we're going to talk about, the Mignolaverse. Thursday night we are going to see the very first showing of the movie. And then afterwards, we are coming directly back here to sit in front of the mics and spoil and spill our opinions.
While it's fresh in everyone's mind.
Right away.
awesome.
Which is something we've never done before. I'm really, really excited for that. Friday, the Underground Files is the myths and folklore that influenced the Mignolaverse.
Okay.
So deep dives in that. And then Saturday, I have to be up at the ass crack of dawn to sell records to folks because it is record store day.
Record
Always-
store
it's always
days
a good
on
day.
Saturday.
I'll stop by.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
good stuff coming this year.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the crowds, so I'll probably be later on in the day, and I'm okay picking up the scraps, but I definitely want to come check out and see what's still hanging around Saturday afternoon.
Have you looked at the list?
I have.
Is there anything?
It got
that's-
so long that I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Soundtracks were a couple that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Are they here yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you got them.
I
that
got them
early.
downstairs.
Cool. I'll look over the list again and let you know.
I can't hold anything,
I know.
I'm just curious as to what you're going
Well,
for.
maybe I can let you know what piqued my interest, and you can be like, you might want to show up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, if it's something that I
Yeah.
know is gonna, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
Um,
record store day. Yeah. It's gonna
There's
be good.
there's a couple of big ones. I mean, for those of us in the old punk scene, Green Day's Woodstock performance got pressed on vinyl. That's going to be a big one.
That was 99.
94.
Right? 90.
Wow.
Was Green Day that big in 94?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Dookie dropped in 93.
Okay. I guess I was like 13 the
Dookie
first time.
dropped.
Yeah, I said it.
Dookie was the first one that I was familiar with, and then
Yeah.
I lost my shit when I found out their first album's called Kerplunk.
Yeah,
That's so perfect.
right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, I love that band.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody thinks. I love Green Day.
No, I'm with you, man. I still throw them on from time to time.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's kind of what's going on in the AU world.
What's the address at Adventures Underground?
1391 George Washington Way, Richland, Washington 99354.
There you go.
If you want to hit up Record Store Day, it's not the main entrance of the store. It's actually the Caterpillar Cafe entrance, which is 227's,
Yes.
right around the corner.
Yes. Houts, you got a photography gig tonight?
I do.
House Beer League. When's the next
This is
game?
good. Next game is Monday at 8:15. I think.
Okay.
We play Hockey Source.
What was
Yeah.
the team you guys played the other night? Weren't they called like D's Nuts or something like
Nate's
that?
Nuts.
Nate's Nuts.
It's actually like a brand name of something, but I guess I don't know. It's
Sweaty balls.
yeah. We lost to them Friday night, but we beat them 2 nights ago.
Okay.
So we got our sweet revenge.
Sweet nut revenge.
Yeah, we busted those nuts.
I like it. Sweet nut butter, man.
So I think right now my team is 11-3.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Don't-
Are you
we're doing
guys-
all right. We're doing all right.
I hate that joke.
We're doing all right. We're sitting
That's
on top.
twice today. You
Yeah,
had
I
to
know.
hear
We're
it.
sitting up on top. It's a good feeling.
Cool. How long does this league go? When does this
We've got
part?
one more game of the regular season thing, and then
Okay.
the playoffs start.
Cool.
So
Cool.
And then I don't know what's going on for the summer for hockey. I know we have summer freeze tournaments after we put the ice back in July. I think it'll be in August is
Oh.
when that should happen.
Dice back in at Rink B.
Yeah,
When is that coming out?
June something.
For how long?
10th.
How long will there not be ice there?
5 weeks, 4 weeks.
No ice at
no,
all.
No ice in town whatsoever. Yeah.
Is track meltdown too?
Yeah. It's like the longest part of summer.
Fuck, dude.
I can't even like go into the rink to hide from the sun. Like it's
That
the worst
sucks.
shit.
Wouldn't
It's
that be the
worst shit.
perfect time for a ball hockey tournament?
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying something else, like summertime hockey. But like,
No, I'm
oddly enough, people don't come to the rink in the summer.
really
Like our busiest
I
time.
love being in the rink in the summer
Dude,
because it
you're-
feels
yeah.
so much better in there for
it's
one thing.
so it's like it's you're just hanging out in the fridge.
Yep.
And when it's 105 degrees out, the only place I want to be is the rink.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll have ice out because that ice has been in for 2 years at this point.
So this is the year for
So
the full
this
maintenance.
is
yeah.
the year for some maintenance
And you
some
have to flip the
upgrades.
switch on a new ice plant, correct?
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
It'll be good.
Cool.
It's that thing is right now. It's got the ability to power 3 rinks at once,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it could even do more.
Really?
This thing is beefy.
I saw the picture of the flatbed that it
It's-
rolled in on with
dude,
it on there. I'm like, man,
it's-
that's a hell of a machine
It's
right
massive,
Yeah.
and they're not even done like assembling everything. Like
Yeah.
it's still going in, but like it'll be ready. It'll be ready this summer. So
All right.
that is exciting.
there. Tri-Cities peeps, you've heard it. The ice is getting better here in the desert. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice upgrades coming up. I think people should really pay attention to what's coming for this next AM season.
Yes, before you open your mouth to complain about what's not happening, wait until the announcements are made for what is happening because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So
It takes a lot of time to get some of these big changes to
Absolutely.
move through. Like we had the WHL came down a couple of years ago with some requirements for every
lighting.
so
Boards,
every rink had to be
glass.
to some standard
Yep.
before they continued play, and if they didn't, then they would be fined a lot of money or something like that. So
Mhm.
and we had like a certain time frame when we could get everything in,
Mm-hmm.
so that way we weren't like putting all the upgrades into one season and being totally broke. So it had to be spread out, you know. So yeah, big things are coming.
So
Big.
weird on my teeth.
Big things.
Big. Couple of them. Couple big
yeah.
things.
So I'd be excited. I am excited.
Yeah.
Um,
Support local hockey.
support local hockey.
Yep.
Come to an AMS game next season.
You'll be able to see us.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with giving high fives to anybody. So
High fives and free hugs if you want them. If not, that's totally cool too.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Not creepy Biden hugs.
We can-
We're not
even-
going to Biden and like come up behind you and put our hands. on
I'll
your
even
shoulders.
I'll even give you that typical white person smile where I
Oh, the tight lip. Yeah.
The tight lip, yep.
Nice.
do the little.
might do like a little head bob.
Yeah,
You know,
that's my always my go-to move. Just
I
like,
will.
what's up?
You will ask me what's up, and I'll say something completely awkward along with it, or like what is it? I said something the other day. Someone was like, oh man, it's one of those things where they give you a greeting, and you respond as if they said a different type of greeting. So like when you say "I'm good," even though they weren't really asking like how you were,
Yeah.
like that's how I respond sometimes. I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" Like they didn't say how are you though.
They're
were
like,
just
what's
like,
happening? You're like, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like or it's something even like more polarizing. Like it's I'm so good at awkward responses.
Well,
to
that just
greetings.
makes me, dude. Henry Rollins does a whole thing about that. He was like talking about how he's bad at that kind of thing, and he had finished rapping on a movie, and people were talking about what they were going to do over their holidays. And he was like, the director was like, yeah, so we're going to take the kids and we're going to go to Florida or something. And he's like, cool, I hope your kids don't drown.
Yeah, like that's me. Like
It's a genuine sentiment.
I'll combine two.
but
I'll combine two greetings together. I'll be like, "How's it good?" I'll say shit
I
like
do
that.
it all the time,
I do it all the time.
man.
I like
So-
how's it good.
Yeah,
it good?
how's it good? Oh, I'm an idiot.
Not too bad, you.
Yeah. Oh, not so bad. Yeah, that and then school and
Cool.
trying to stream. I've been playing Sekiro. Well, Sekiro's been playing me actually. That's how that's been going.
You guys in that fucking game. I
Dude.
swear to God.
Dude, I'm getting fucking slaughtered. If you want to see if you're looking for someone to torture themselves live on camera, come watch me play Sekiro.
I can get my masochism on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, I won't play with a shirt on. So
Well, I'll just.
All right, Bert Kreischer.
I expect if you see Nerdcore pop up in the line, that you're like, oh, sorry. Just you got.
I know that's the tip. That's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Before we go say bye bye for the week.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Bert Kreischer, the stand-up comedian. Do you know who Bert Kreischer is? He
don't.
always does his shows shirtless.
Oh
He
yeah,
did the
yeah,
Russian, he did
yeah.
the Russian
machine.
mob,
Yeah,
the Russian
I know who
mob
he is.
joke. Yeah.
The machine.
Yeah, I know who he is.
There's a video. Just Google Bert Kreischer, L.A. Kings. Tarps off for the boys.
Oh, nice.
Doing
That poor woman was so uncomfortable.
Carly, you know what's funny? You know who that woman is?
No.
That's Mike Hammer, the guy that owns Violent Gentlemen. That's his
Oh, no
girlfriend.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carlin Bath. But it was or Bathe. I don't know how you say.
I mean,
her last
maybe
name.
she wasn't uncomfortable. She looked shocked. She was just like, "Oh, okay, this is happening now. All right."
Her dad was Frank Bathe, who was an enforcer for the Philadelphia Flyers back in the day.
shit.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
But it's Bert Kreischer, Tarps. L.A. Kings, as far as using their celebrity stats, think of Ron Burgundy a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago calling the game.
Yeah.
Now-
oh my god.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Or Will Ferrell at the games like this.
Yeah.
So anyway, good on you, L.A. Kings. That's all I got, boys.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yes.
Let's do this.
All right.
We're gonna bring it on home.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We truly appreciate your patronage, if it's such a thing. Your listenership. Buy T-shirts.
I appreciate both of your ears.
Yes. Even if you only have one.
Yes, if you don't have any and you're just kind of like feeling the vibrations of the speakers, that's fine too.
It's
Whatever you
just
gotta do.
That's sensual.
If that's what you're doing, then we're going way off. the
This
fucking-
is just a travesty at the end of it. I absolutely love it. Everybody with me, for this past hour, Aaron Piper, Kyle Houts. We're out of here. We'll be back next week. Verda!
sushis and sashimis.
I'm going to have a fucking stroke.